Hey, I'm Kevin with Godlike Incorporated, and I'm here at the State Theater in Easton, PA with Dweezil Zappa. Dweezil is on the summer leg of the Zappa Plays Zappa tour, and he's using not one, not two, but three TWA Triskelions in his live touring rig.
That's right.
So I'm going to let Dweezil tell you how he's using these pedals to get his sounds to replicate his father's guitar tones. Dweezil?
Sure. Well, one of those sounds that I wanted to recreate on this tour was for Pajama People, and it has a real sort of half-cocked wah sound, but that's not really what he used. He used a Systech harmonic energizer a long time ago, plus his guitar with the tone rolled down, and he was using a pig nose amplifier, which also has a lot of mid-range. So what I had to do was sort of create with two different machines. You know, I use these fractals for all the amps and stuff, but I have a Systech in front of each one, or a Triskelion version of that in front of each one. So here's how the first machine sounds. And the second machine. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to create something that replicates what's on the record, which was the tiny little pig nose amp, the room sound microphones, and even a little bit of a direct guitar mixed in with it. So that's why there's a slight difference. Don't know if you're going to hear it so well just from the audio from just that camera, because there's no direct sound, but anyway. You see, it has this nice tendency to want to feed back in a smooth, controlled way. Just a little bit like what's on the record, so it's really hard to replicate those things. This might not sound like the easiest or greatest sound for you to play on, but when you hear it in context of the music, that's the important part. These devices are like real tone-shaping tools, and I can't make that same sound and have it have the right feel other than using that Triskelion box. So they're being used specifically on this song, but I also have the other one on my pedal board over there that I kick in, which has much more of a high gain boost, mid-range thing that I'll use for certain solos when I want to. But ultimately, as I try to recreate all these sounds, you know, a lot of the things from the mid-70s, Frank was using that one sound, and then eventually he ended up taking that kind of electronics and putting it directly into his guitar, so he didn't have it on the floor anymore. He had it right at his fingertips. So that's why I like to use them, because they sound like the old sound from that period, but there's so many more benefits from the new version on the Triskelion, because you have a lot more options, more gain, and it's even less noisy than the original Systech was. So anybody that wants to get a real cool mid-range boost with nice controlled fundamental feedback, that's the box to use. You know, of course I'm playing it a little quieter, so you're not hearing everything and all the detail for this example, but for sure this box can do a lot of stuff that's really cool, and I'm pretty excited about it. It's got that really crazy super notch sound, and I have the volume rolled down, so with it up, you hear it's a little bit brighter. But then if you wanted to, you could go even more insane and use a wall with it too. It's a mid-range party. Over here. girth to the sound and sustain there. You can see that it's got tons of gain, and it's, you know, it's one of those things that if you just need a special boost, you know, it's set up to go straight from this more sound with more bite to a more throaty kind of sound. That's what I use it for at the moment, but you know, every now and again I have to turn all the knobs to turn it into something else to just get the right frequency to match a different sound. That's why I used so many of them, because sometimes I might change one frequency on one side and one frequency on the other side and create even more interesting combinations of the mid-range thing and phase canceling kind of stuff. So you can, when you're using more than one, you can get into some like comb filtering type of stuff, which sounds pretty cool.
So there you have it, Dweezil Zappa and the TWA Triskelion. For more info, visit us at www.godlike.com, or you can visit dweezilzappaworld.com and hear some more audio demos of this pedal. I'm Kevin from Godlike Incorporated, signing off, telling you to go get some.